So check out this title. We do not cater to Civilization 2.0. That sounds intense, right? It's not just a catchy phrase. It's basically a declaration of war on the way things are. Have you ever wondered if the very rules that guide our society are actually holding us back? What if the only way forward is to just completely reject the logic of today? Well, in this explainer, we're diving into a radical philosophy that says exactly that. It all starts with this. Damn it, I'm not doing this anymore. And you might think, okay, someone's just having a bad day. But according to the author, this raw emotional moment of rejection, that's the real starting point for any true creation. It's that breaking point when you realize the system you're in, no matter how logical it seems, is completely suffocating you. So let's dig into that. Where does this deep frustration actually come from? Well, it boils down to a fundamental conflict, a real tension between the logical path and, the path of the heart. And this really lays it all out. On one side, you have what the author calls the peak of rationality. Think of this as the smart, correct, safe path to success in the world as it is. The author even admits that if they'd followed this path, it would have saved them about 15 years of hardship. But then, on the other side, you have the peak of spirituality. That's the author's own spontaneous, kind of chaotic drive to create something totally new. And here's the kicker. The author's frustration isn't that the rational advice is wrong. No, it's that it's too right. It's so perfectly designed for the world we already have that it makes it impossible to break out and build something different. It's like being trapped in a cage made of flawless, unassailable logic. Okay, so to really get what this rebellion is all about, we first have to define the system that's being rejected. And the author has a name for it, Civilization 2.0. So what is Civilization 2.0? It's the status quo. Simple as that. It's the world we all know, all the accepted traditions, the unwritten rules, the predictable career paths. You can kind of think of it as the operating system our society is running on, whether we realize it or not. And this system has very specific traits. It loves traditional thinking, that's how we've always done things. It demands predictable, step-by-step processes. It's governed by truths you're not really supposed to question, which the author calls political correctness. And at the end of the day, the whole thing just functions like a well-oiled machine, where every part has its place and any real deviation is seen as a bug. So, if you throw out Civilization 2.0, what's the alternative? Well, the author calls it Civilization 3.0. But getting there, that requires a complete shift in mindset. It's a whole new way of seeing the world, and there are a few powerful metaphors that help explain it. First up, this one. You can't find a new continent on an old map. I mean, that just says it all, right? If your entire worldview is defined by what's already known, you are never going to discover anything new. You've got to be willing to sail right off the edge of the map into the total unknown. And then there's this. Using the methods of the old world to create a new one, that's like climbing a tree to find a fish. It's not just ineffective, it's completely absurd. You're in the wrong environment using the wrong tools. It's a lost cause from the start. This modern analogy really makes it crystal clear. A car cannot follow the traffic rules of a horse-drawn carriage. Of course not. New technologies and new ways of thinking demand totally new rules. Forcing a car to act like a horse and buggy doesn't just slow it down, it completely misses the point of what a car is. The new simply cannot and should not be governed by the old. And that's the end goal right there, Civilization 3.0. And let's be clear, this is not an update, it's not 2.1, it is a complete paradigm shift, a whole new operating system built on a foundation of freedom from all those old constraints. It's a new world, just waiting to be built. Now, this all sounds really inspiring, but the author is a realist. They know this path of defiance is not easy. In fact, it comes with a guaranteed and very, very heavy price. The system does not just let you walk away. It has something like an immune response. As the author puts it, if you don't follow the existing rules, hitting a wall, being suppressed, and even persecuted is almost inevitable. So when you break the rules of Civilization 2.0, it pushes back, hard. The author says this isn't a risk, it's pretty much a guarantee. So this brings us to the most important question, doesn't it? If you know that rebellion is going to lead to suppression and all this pushback, what do you do? Do you compromise? Do you just give in? What's the move? The author's answer is not a compromise, and it's definitely not a negotiation. It is a radical, uncompromising, and deeply personal choice. You could almost call it a dance with destiny. And this is the choice, as the author sees it. There is no middle ground. You either live by creating, by breaking rules, by following that spiritual drive, or you die by conforming and becoming just another little gear in the giant machine of Civilization 2.0. And so this leads to the final absolute core of the whole philosophy. It's a firm, resolute no. A decision to stop trying to fit in, to stop asking for permission, and to simply create on your own terms no matter what it costs. Because in the end, this whole idea isn't just about rejecting things. It's about embracing the danger that comes with true creation. This final image, a vigorous tango on the edge of death, that just captures the whole thing, doesn't it? A life lived with passion, with risk, with creativity, right there on the boundary between failure and breakthrough. So I guess the real question is, are you ready to dance?